guys, welcome back with another Basics with Brian. This month we're going to talk liquids. The models that we're going to talk about today is the AccuSpray for light duty and UTVs and the Liquid Max for 3/4 and 1 ton trucks. We'll also talk about the triple threat for the Renegade spreaders and the walk behind liquid sprayer. So how to get started in liquids. It might be easiest to start with sidewalks, low cost, low gallons of use, getting used to how it works, when to put it down. The triple threat on the Renegade is also nice. You have salt in there already. That's actually a real nice application where you could put down just the liquid, try to see how it works. You could put down salt to see how it works, comparison, both combined. That is probably like the best situation actually, because it's triple threat, right? You can use any one of the three, and getting used to how you use it and what temperatures is probably the biggest key. There's also a lot of information out there. Social media, CYMA is a good resource. Just information on people that have experienced and how they got started in liquids. Brine, not to be confused with Brian. That's my joke. Anyways, back to brine. You can mix yourself. There is a lot of videos out there on how people mix it, the percentage. I believe it's 4-to-1. Also, when the temperatures drop, people start adding calcium chloride to it, so it's a little bit more getting advanced on that section. There's also a lot of local landscapers that sell it. More and more people are offering brine, even the local municipalities. There's a lot of talk on anti-icing and de-icing, right? Brine, a lot of people will use that the day or two before a storm, letting it dry to blacktop or concrete. I think people have the assumption that it has to be wet like brine, but it actually is dry. It works better. Giving it a coating so the icing, with traffic constantly driving over, it doesn't pack down and stick to the blacktop. That's the whole purpose of it. Where when you got ice down already and you're trying to get rid of it, brine sometimes might not be the total answer, but mixing that with the salt you're putting down, I think is essential and key, especially as temperatures start to drop. It's not just the temperature outside, but the pavement temperature. You've probably walked outside or seen the local news where it says maybe slippery on overpasses and bridges, right? It's kind of the same thing in a parking lot. Whether you have asphalt or concrete, if you've got a concrete, the temperature is going to drop a lot faster. So knowing your customer's lot is going to determine on whether you need to go out and what mix you might have to do or how much you might have to put down for the day. Testing brine maybe not be a good idea to test it in front of a doorway or some steps. Maybe test an area that's off to the side so you can actually see how much you put down, if you mixed your brine properly, so it doesn't turn into ice, because obviously you're putting down water, right? Just getting used to it is essential. I think people put too much down and it could be a problem, where the whole key is not to use as much. Starting with the walk behind unit probably is the best to use, because you can control the spray, you can control how fast you're moving. I mentioned now that up in the bigger units, there's a controlled feature that you can add on that's actually GPS, tracks how much you're putting down, your speed that you're going. But that's getting on the high end. But just starting out, I think sidewalks is the best to go. And like I said, maybe the triple threat is your next investment, because you can really see. And if you do get in a pinch, you're not in a facility with just liquid. You also have salt with you that you could put down and add. Some of the accessories to liquid is obviously the upgraded control that I talked about. The nozzles is probably going to be a nice accessory key if you're getting into brine. Just 3 different nozzles is a nice cheap investment to be able to see which pattern you're getting. You can actually go up to an 8-foot wide, more spread pattern with some of the nozzles. And just by playing around with the different nozzles, you might even mix the nozzles. The outside ones be a certain color and the inside ones be a certain color, depending on your application. And also the reel, if you want to spray some sidewalks go a little distance, 20, 25 feet, little sidewalk entrance or some stairs, it's a nice feature without having to have a separate unit along with you. Why you would get started in liquids is obviously cost. You don't have to use as much salt. Environmental, more and more people are worried about how much salt you're putting down, killing grass, things like that, run off into the city sewers. But another key thing is your customers also have heard about brine, and they're gonna wanna know, can you do that? Can you offer me that? Because stuff that they read or stuff that they watched on YouTube, hey, look how great this parking lot looks. Can you offer that? And if you don't have that offering, you might not be able to get that contract. This wraps up the segment on liquids. For more information, see the SnowX website for more information. Also, another resource is CIMA.org. Well, this wraps up the basics with Brian. Hope you enjoyed this last year. I did. It's been fun. Drop your questions down below. Next segment, I'm going to answer some questions or try to get you some answers to some questions that you might have seen in the previous videos. Thanks for watching. Till next time.